friends, it's Sydney from Said Plans It Out. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to be doing my June monthly budget, and yeah, I've been putting this video off for like 3 days because I don't know, it takes a lot of brain power, and I haven't really felt like I had brain power, so yeah, but it's fine. All right, we're gonna start with the monthly page here, which, you know, makes sense. And then I have this for like calculating everything out. I have all of my pens that I'm going to use. I have my calculator. I have my bills. And I have some bullets. Oh boy. All right. Are we in frame? We are. Good. Fantastic. All right. One thing that I do need. I need to have my May monthly budget to the side. Oh gosh, I have a lot of stuff on my desks right now. Well, actually this desk doesn't have too much on it. My other desk, whew, there's a lot going on there, but that's okay. All right, the first thing I'm going to do, so this is kind of like, what color is this? Vermilion? I don't know. It's kind of like a reddish orange color, but I'm gonna use these red bullets to mark all of the bills that are due but are being paid with the paycheck from the end of May. So the way that I break down my budget is sorry, I have to look at something real quick. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so the way I break down my budget is by paycheck, but also like, I don't know. It's hard to like put into words. So I do it by paycheck, but like, but I split the bills for each paycheck. So every paycheck pays like part of other bills, if that makes any sense at all. I'm not really sure that it does until I like start doing it, because for some reason I really struggle to like explain it. But so like these bills are all being paid either completely with last month's paycheck, like the last paycheck of last month, the last paycheck of May, or they're being paid with money that I've like put aside from the last paycheck and then the from like my 2 paychecks in May. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't do a super great job of explaining it, but I try. Okay, and then, so those ones are for that paycheck. And then this paycheck on the 10th is going to be this like yellow gold color. And then this one will be this orange color. And we will continue putting down bullets. So I try to split up all of the bills so that they don't, so that I have like more of an even amount of money that I can use throughout the month versus like, because before I started doing this, like breaking it down by like when, like, I guess saving the money so that I'm not like trying to pay the whole bill at once, like with each paycheck. My money that I had available for spending each paycheck varied drastically because it was, you know, dependent on what bills were due. But when I do it this way, where I'm splitting them up, I have, I guess I only needed those 4 yellow ones. When I split them up like this, I have more money each paycheck for other things, and then it's a lot easier to like keep track of things, if that makes any sense. I think it starts to make more sense once I get going into this further. Also, if I'm not explaining it well this time, you can always go back and watch like the last couple months worth of these videos, because I feel like I maybe explain it a little bit different each time. I'm not 100% sure, but I try. Okay. So as you can see, I have like a lot of bills that are due at the beginning of the month, but not as many due like in the middle of the month. So yeah. I also have written out some stuff for myself off to the side so that I remember things. All right, so with this paycheck, I need to make sure that I'm also accounting for bills at the beginning of July. So rent. And so pretty much all of these, let's see, when do I get paid in July? I get paid again on the 8th. So anything that's due before the 8th, I need to account for in my June budget, if that makes sense. Because in my May budget, I accounted for all of those things due before this first paycheck with my May budget. So, did I say that right? I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure if I said that in a logical manner. I feel like I should have pulled out like a bunch of different things for myself. And I don't feel like I did, so my brain is like, wait, what are we doing? I mean, when is my brain not like that? I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, you probably won't be surprised by that statement at all, because my brain is always like, wait, what are we doing? So, you know, it's fine. Okay, and then I'll pay part of both of these. Or I'll put aside money for both of those. Some of them I'll pay, and then some of them I just like put aside the money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6. Oop, one more. 7. And then this bill, since this paycheck isn't until after, I'll pay part of this with this paycheck. Does that make sense? And then also with, so like this paycheck, this bill, part of it comes from this. And then that bill in July, part of it will come from this one because of where it lands on the calendar, I believe. Yeah, because it's due on the 19th, but the second payday in July isn't until the 22nd, so that's after it. So part of it I need to account for from this paycheck. Yes. And then I think that's all. I think I did that right. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So let's actually put some things on here. So rent, and then I'm just going to put the one box because I'm just going to do it from this. Patreon will come solely from this paycheck. I should have done the boxes first because when I don't, they kind of smear, or like done this first. That's what I meant. The highlighter. Whatever. Words are hard today. This is why I've been putting this video off. Because it hurts my brain. Like when I write it out on paper, it makes sense. Like without filming it, it kind of makes sense. It takes me a while. But then I go to film this and I'm like, wait, what am I saying? Does anything that I'm saying make sense? What am I doing? Do I know what I'm doing? The answer is no. I'm winging it and hoping for the best. So yeah. But I feel like that's the journey of, that's part of the journey of budgeting, is you're just kind of, you know, hoping for the best. You're winging it. Well, maybe not winging it, but you're writing it out, testing things out, seeing what works, and then going from there. And that's really what I'm doing at this point. Okay, so all of those bills will be paid with the paycheck from the end of May. So now I need to put in the ones that are going to be paid. Okay, so this one I said, so this is my interwebs, and this one is partially going to be paid from that paycheck at the end of June, or end of May. Jeez, I don't even know what month it is. And then the other part will be paid with that pay, like with the paycheck from the 10th. So this section, so like once I get paid at the end of May, that will, I'll like put aside that half of this bill, and then when I get paid on the 10th, the other half of that bill will be put aside. So that way I'm making sure that I'm staying on top of my bills, and I'm not just like spending money because I'm like, oh look, I have this money to spend, because I am notorious for that. So if I lay it out like this and I'm like, no, you know, you need that money put aside. So I have like a bank account that I just like put that money into, and then it's just there, and I, you know, move it around when I need to for different paydays. So, and then like these two bills, these are small, like they're both like $9.99, so I don't need to split those in half. And then this one is, I mean, it's not that bad, so I don't really need to split that one in half either. Next, we have this, I believe is, yeah, this is Hulu. And I am going to be like dropping down my Hulu, like canceling the live TV portion. So I could pay it with one. Oops, that's not the color I want. I could pay it with one, but I think I'm going to pay it with two, just to make me feel better about it. So half of this will come from this paycheck. And then on the 27th, we have Evergy, which is my energy bill. And we have Apple TV, which we'll see if I keep that one after, like, into July, because I haven't really been using it. So I kind of feel like I'm wasting it. Like, I'm just like wasting money, you know? It's the same thing with like the live TV. Like, I wanted it, but then I was like, oh, I'm really not using it, so maybe I should just get rid of it. I use it during football season to like watch football, but in baseball season, you have to have cable, which is freaking ridiculous. So yeah. So I haven't been using it. Okay, so half of that bill comes from that one, half of it comes from that paycheck. Same with this one. And then this one is only like $5, so just pay it with the one. This one, again, pay it with both. And then we have all the bills that are due at the beginning of next month, or at least before the second paycheck of the next month. So rent, Patreon, Discover, iCloud, Netflix, and then my car payment, because I bought a new car, so that definitely threw off my budget, and I had to like rework a lot of things. That's another reason why I was like, I don't need live TV anymore, because having a car payment made for lots of things. And then what did I decide? Spectrum, right? And Kindle. I don't think I have enough bullets there. Let's see, Spectrum. No, I don't need to pay Kindle. Just Spectrum. I don't know where my brain is. Okay, I think this is correct. So I'll just need to pay half of this one. Okay, so rent. Half of that will come from on the 10th. Discover, half of that will come from the 10th. My car and city. And then the other half of rent will come from this payday on the 24th. Patreon will come from the payday on the 24th. The other half of Discover will come from the 24th. iCloud and Netflix will both come from the 24th. And then the other half of those bills. And then just the first half of Spectrum, because For Spectrum, there will be one payday before that bill is due. So I don't need to put aside money for both halves of it, just the one half, because there will be another payday before that. So I'm just going to do a box like that so that I know, like, hey, I'm only paying half of it, but the other half will come from the paycheck in July. Okay. I think that's all of it. I think I got it. So, something that I normally don't do and is so unnecessary, but I have these 2 stickers left from this flippin' summer, which this video goes up before the video where I use these, but I have 2 of these left and they're so cute. And normally I don't decorate this spread like at all, but I feel like I need to use these. So I'm just gonna put them in. And then one thing that I don't normally mark in here because I have it like in my catch-all, but I kind of want to mark it like for my brain's sake is, so I have this summer sticker book and it has these washi strips, and I'm going to be on a work trip starting on the 10th and going through the 16th. And I feel like that is something, well, that doesn't fit all the way, but it's fine. This is something that I need to note so that I'm like aware of it when I'm going through and doing budgeting stuff, I guess. Like, I know I'm doing the budgeting stuff right now, but I feel like I'm going to need, like, my brain is going to need like an extra, hey, this is going on here. So I'm just going to put these in. And like I said, I don't normally decorate this, but I wanted to use those 2 pairs of sandals. And then I was like, you know, I kind of want to mark this stuff too. That way I know, like, when I'm going back and looking at like what I spent money on, if I can be like, oh yeah, those were the days that I was, you know, out of town for work or whatever, because I always end up spending way too much money when I am out of town for work. And then I want to put this quote, I think, but I'm going to use it from this page because this is Black Quotes by Amber Plans Your Day. But I feel like I need, I don't know, I've been feeling really like kind of down about budgeting lately because I'm like, wow, I have no money. But it's not that I don't, it's that I'm actually like actively paying attention to what I'm spending money on to an extent. And I'm putting money aside and all of that stuff. So it feels like, you know, I don't have any money or anything, but there's going to come a point, like the best is yet to be. There's going to come a point where I have paid off all of my debt and I can just, you know, I don't have all of these bills to pay kind of thing. So yeah, need to remind myself of that. Okay. I like this. This is way more fun than these normally look, and it kind of makes me happy. That's a good thing, right? I feel like that's another part of the reason why I wanted to decorate this, because it always just makes me so much happier when it's decorated. So, all right. So we have this all written out. Now what I like to do is take these little half sheets. This is from this package of half sheets. I think it's from that new Bold and Bright line from the spring release. I think that's when those came out. But yeah, I want to use this one because it's just plain and, you know, it goes with what I've got going on here with all the yellows. So I'm going to write out the paydays, and I'm just going to write out the June ones on this because the May ones are already written out and like figured out and all of that stuff. So I don't need to write the rest of that in. So we're going to write that. And then we're going to put in the spending and the bills and all that good stuff. So the first one is Spotify. And this is how I make sure that I'm like calculating everything. Maybe I'll, oh no, I was gonna say maybe I'll bring it down a little bit, but I think this is okay. I want you to be able to see more than just like me writing. Okay, so Spotify, which is $9.99, and then Amex, $75, and then Spectrum, which this went up, and I was not prepared for it to go up, but it's fine. Like the total price went up, which is kind of annoying. I wish they would have like sent like a notice like, hey, your bill's gonna go up, but they didn't, so whatever, that's fine. Okay, so half of Spectrum, which would be $45, and then Kindle, which is $9.99. And then I need to pay, well, put aside money for half of Hulu, which I decided I'm gonna do 15 because I'm taking away the live TV. So it should only be like 20 bucks, but there is like, I do have some extra money in that account. So if I like, you know, forget about getting rid of that or whatever, I'll have some buffer room. That's really what I'm going for, some buffer room. So we'll do 15. And then Evergy, this has also been like really high lately, but it should start going down because I haven't been using like anything. I haven't been, I haven't really turned on the AC more than like twice, 3 times maybe. And I haven't had the heat on. I've just been using like the ceiling fans, which take less energy than, you know, the AC or the heat. So I think it should start going back down here shortly. And then I'm sure it'll go back up once I have the AC on, but it's fine. I can handle the heat a little bit better than I can the cold. So I will hold out on turning the AC on versus turning the heat on. All right, Progressive, 50 there. So that's all of the like June bills. But then I also need to put aside money for these. So rent, which is half of that would be $5.50, and then Discover, which on both of these, well, actually on all of these credit cards, I'm like trying to pay more than what's actually due so I can pay them off. So yeah. And then on this paycheck, my car, $201.15. It's like the weirdest car payment, $402.31. Why? Why 31 cents? That's so random, but whatever. It's very strange. I'm just going with it because, you know, I gotta pay what they tell me I gotta pay, but it's a very strange number. Does anyone else find that, like, why do you need 31 cents? That seems very odd. What do I know? I just do what they tell me. All right. So there's the first paycheck in June. And then we're going to go down here. I wrote those really spaced really far apart, and I did not mean to, but that's all right. Oh man, I tried to write the end of the 2 and the E at the same time, like because it's 24. All right, well, my hand and my brain are not on the same page, obviously. That's cute. All right. Okay, so we're going to start here with Hulu, which, again, we're just going to put 15. And then the other half of Evergy, which was $37.50. And then Apple TV, which, again, I might even, like, get rid of it before I even have to pay it in June, but we'll see. That's pretty much where I'm at. I'm like, because in theory, there's a lot of things that I want to watch on there, but I just really don't watch a lot of TV. Not a lot of new TV. I just rewatch the same things that I've watched like 1,000 times. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. It's just what I do. All right. And then we need the other half of rent. And then we'll pay Patreon. So you see, like, the reason that I break it out like this is because before what I was doing is I was like, I would pay, like this paycheck would literally only pay like those things. And then I would be like, ooh, look at all the money I have. And then I would have to pay like all of this with this one paycheck, and then I wouldn't have any money. And I was like, oh, this is not working. We need to figure out what we're doing here. So that is when I realized, like, okay, I can split this up and make this easier on myself and like make it easier on myself financially. But also, like, it's not as hard as I thought it was. I kind of felt like it wasn't going to work out evenly, so why try, was my mindset for a really long time. And then I was like, no. That is not the mindset that we need to be in. We need to make things happen. So I started making them happen. I'm really upset that I spaced all of that out so far, because now I'm going to have to put this like off to the side. That bothers me, but it's fine. It's fine. How much was this? 45. Okay. Now I'm just going to add the things up, and then what I usually do is I just like, I think I'll probably set aside some for sinking funds and savings. Now that I have this car payment, it's not going to be as much as it was before that I was able to set aside, but I mean, something is better than nothing, right? So that's kind of my thought process there. Okay, so all of those bills add up to $1127.63. And then this one, it all looks so nice, and then I add in the rent and I'm like, oof. Okay, just kidding. That's a lot of money. Why is rent so expensive? Why is it so expensive to be alive, to be an adult? I miss being a child and not having to worry about this. Anyone else want to go back to being a kid so you don't have to... that's a different number than I got when I did this before. All right, please hold. Let me try again. Because when I did this... Oh, I know why it's different. Because I thought that I needed... I lost track of where I was. I thought that I was going to need to pay Kindle, but I did not. So yeah, that would be that extra $10. Oops. Oh no, for a second I was like, I messed up. No, I don't think I did. Wow, this is a lot harder, like the 4th time. Jeez, why am I struggling so much? All right. So, I got different change that time than I did before, but... Oh wait, no, that makes sense. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, it's still not like perfectly even on the split, but it's better than it was before. Definitely making my life easier than I was before when I wasn't, you know, doing budgeting, when I was just flying by the seat of my pants. So now, so my paychecks are that. So $1378.55 minus $1127.63. So I have $250.92 left. Again, not a ton, but I'm gonna be, but like it's gonna be okay. I have made it work. I am a single person. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. I am a single person living alone. Like, these are all of the bills that I have to pay. The only other thing that I need is, you know, food, really. And then, you know, some money to do fun things or whatever. But I'm trying really hard to not buy any more planners or stickers or anything right now, which I broke that a little bit in the last week, but I've been doing pretty well because I don't need any more stuff. If you could see the amount of stickers and planners that I have, you would be disgusted. All right, so this is what I have left. So I want to have savings. I just realized that me like shaking my leg and then being on the table is probably shaking the desk. I'm very sorry. And then whatever's left will be spending slash, just like usable money. It's not even really like spending completely because it's also like groceries and whatnot. It's pretty much just like, this is the money that you have to do life. But even though it never seems like a lot, it's plenty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to divide it by 2. So 125.46. So I'm going to take this 125 and I'm going to divide it between savings and sinking, which I know is not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. So we'll put 63. Let's see. Okay, so we'll put, actually, I'm going to put 65 into savings and then 60 into sinking. That equals 125, right? Okay, great. So then I'll take 250 minus 125. So that gives me 125.92. But I won't be spending as much on groceries because I won't go grocery shopping here because I'll be out of town. So I'll go grocery shopping when I come back. And then I'll probably buy, I'll just buy simple, cheap, don't really need to, cook anything, groceries, for when I'm on my work trip. Or I'll, buy a pizza or something. Yeah, that's how I live that. So, all right. And then this one, we'll divide that by 2. So 138.95.5. So we're going to let's just do 140. I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good. So 140 divided by 2. So we'll just put 70 into both of these. And then I already forgot what this was. I'm not good at math. And then this, I'll have 137.91. So for this paycheck, if there's things that I, want, I can wait, do them there versus things that I need. This will be mostly focused on things I need for that paycheck. And then this one can be more focused on, things I want or things I need and want. So that's kind of how I've been justifying my spending and whoops, that was loud. And how I figure out my budget and all of that stuff, just because it's been working for me. So that is how that goes. And then I usually just pop that right in there. And then when I get paid, I can reference this and be like, okay, what do I need to pay and all the good stuff. So there is my June monthly budget all set up and ready to go. I really like the addition of these decorative stickers. I never do that, but it kind of makes me happy. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope this maybe was helpful to you. I feel like I definitely, live on a smaller budget, but again, it's just me. So I don't need a ton. And I feel like the concept behind what I do with my budget can be really helpful for anyone. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I struggled with math. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.